Okay, does Sony know what month it is? Because usually February is a quiet time for subscriptions, but they just decided to drop one of the biggest first-party exclusives of the generation onto the service. If you've been holding out on upgrading your tier, this might be the month that finally breaks you. Welcome back to PS Sync Room. I'm your host, Silent, and today we are breaking down the PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium lineup for February 2026. We have massive open worlds, emotional indie hits, and finally, the return of the web slinger. So, without further ado, let's get into the lineup. First up, the headliner, the big one, Marvel's Spider-Man 2. It's been a couple of years since this launched, and it's finally here for subscribers. If you haven't played this yet, frankly, you're in for a treat. You get the expanded map of New York, now with Queens and Brooklyn included, and you can switch between Peter and Miles instantly. The traversal with the web wings is game-changing. The story with Kraven and Venom is intense, and honestly, it's just the best superhero simulator on the market. Next, we're heading to Hong Kong Island in Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown. This is a one-to-one recreation of the island, and it's not just about racing, it's about the lifestyle. You're buying cars, customizing your avatar, hanging out in the Solar Hotel, and joining clans. It had a bit of a rocky start when it first launched, but after all the updates, it's in a much better spot. If you want a racing game that feels more like an MMO social space where you can just cruise with friends, give this a download. Then we have a visual showcase, Echoes of the End Enhanced Edition. This was one of the first big titles to really push Unreal Engine 5, and it shows. The lighting, the textures, it's gorgeous. It's a narrative-driven fantasy adventure where you play as Ren, a seasoned fighter. It isn't the longest game on the list, but if you want to see what your console can really do in terms of graphics, this is the one to boot up. For the indie fans, we have Neva. This comes from the same team that made Gris, so you know exactly what you're getting. It's gonna make you cry. It's a platformer about a young woman bonding with a magnificent wolf as they travel through a dying world. The art style is literally a painting come to life. The combat is simple but satisfying, and the music? Incredible. Definitely play this one with headphones. Now, this next drop is clearly strategic. We're getting both Monster Hunter Stories and Monster Hunter Stories 2 Wings of Ruin. Why now? Well, because as we know, Monster Hunter Stories 3 Twisted Reflection is launching just next month on March 13th. So, Capcom and Sony are giving you a chance to catch up on the entire saga before a new one drops. Unlike the main series, these are turn-based RPGs where you collect and hatch monsters. The new game coming in March is promising more open areas and vertical exploration, so playing these two now is the perfect way to see how the series evolved. It's basically Pokemon meets Monster Hunter, and it is wildly addictive. We also have Season, A Letter to the Future. This is a chill, atmospheric game where you ride a bicycle around a world that's about to end, but it's not scary, it's melancholic. You're recording sounds, taking photos, and meeting people before everything changes. It's a short, beautiful experience, perfect for a rainy Sunday afternoon. Speaking of short and beautiful, we have Venba. This is a narrative cooking game about an Indian mom who immigrates to Canada with her family. You restore lost recipes and cook delicious-looking food while navigating conversations with your family. It's a story about culture, loss, and food. It's fantastic, and you can beat it in one sitting. Rounding out the extra tier, we have Rugby 25 for the sports fans who want something other than FIFA or Madden. And for the premium tier Classics catalog, we have Disney Pixar WALL-E. Honestly, this was one of the better movie tie-in games back in the day. It's a solid 3D platformer, and who doesn't love WALL-E? Now, with the good news comes the bad. We have to talk about what's leaving. You have until February 17th to play these games before they vanish from the extra library. Here's the list. WWE 2K25, Carto, Cult of the Lamb, New World Eternum, Res Infinite, Saga Frontier Remastered, Spirit of the North Enhanced Edition, Super Neptunia RPG, The Ascent. So, if you're in the middle of building a cult or wrestling John Cena, finish it up this weekend. But overall, a massive month. Spider-Man 2 alone makes this a win, but tossing in Monster Hunter right before the sequel comes out is a smart move. Let me know in the comments, are you finally diving into Spidey, or are you gonna chill out with Neva? Drop a like if this update was helpful. Subscribe for more PlayStation news, and I'll see you in the next one.